Bro, stop what you are doing right now. Because Drake just posted the one thing that tells you everything you need to know about where this beef is going. No words, no caption, just a photo. Solange. In an elevator. You already know exactly what that means. And if you don't, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to understand why that one Instagram post just changed the entire energy of this situation. Jay-Z thought he could come out at the Roots picnic, drop a freestyle, diss half of hip hop, and walk away clean. He was wrong. The Cold War just started, and Drake fired the first real shot. Right, so let me bring you up to speed, because there is a lot of ground to cover here, and I need you locked in for all of it. Drake dropped Iceman, and on that album, he went at Jay-Z. Not subtly either. We are talking multiple tracks, multiple angles, direct disrespect. The most talked about bar was the dinner diss. You know the one. There has been this famous debate for years about whether you would take $500,000 cash or a dinner with Jay-Z. Jay-Z himself even weighed in and said, take the money. So Drake puts it in a bar, says he would take the 500, no hesitation, because he could not learn anything from these OGs anyway. But here is where Drake took it a step further, and this is the part people slept on. He did not just say it in a lyric and leave it there. He offered academics $1 million cash or a dinner with Drake. Academics took the dinner. So now Drake has flipped the whole joke on Jay-Z in real life. He is essentially proving that his dinner is worth double what Jay-Z's ever was. That is not just a bar, that is a whole PR move wrapped in a diss. Cold-blooded. Then on top of that, Drake has bars on Janice talking about how these OGs built their careers off his name. Bars about running to Hove for a second opinion. Basically painting Jay-Z as an old head who is past it and riding the coattails of the new generation. He called out the jig. He said, "We have got you figured out." Now any normal person hears that and thinks Jay-Z is too established, too corporate, too big to respond. He literally went on record about a month before all this saying rap beef culture was bad for hip-hop, said he did not like it, said bringing kids into beefs was wrong, said battling does not need to be part of the culture anymore. Yeah, hold on to that, because Jay-Z just popped out at the Roots picnic in Philadelphia and went off. Acapella, no beat, just bars and a crowd. And bro, he did not come for just Drake. He came for everybody. Let me walk you through it, because there is a lot happening in this freestyle and every single bar is pointed at someone specific. He opens up taking shots at Tory Lanez and his father, calls Tory a leprechaun, references him being on a federal jail line, his dad's whole public campaign during the trial. Right out the gate, zero warm-up, straight to bodies. Then he moves to Dame Dash, the teeth bar. If you have seen that Dame Dash IG live where his front teeth fell out mid-sentence, you know exactly what Jay-Z is talking about. He says teeth are tumbling out of mouths and somehow he is the one getting the blame. Then he hits him with the cash cow line. You had the golden opportunity. You were on his team. You fumbled it. That is 20 plus years of frustration in 2 bars. Then he gets to the Lance Rivera stabbing reference. Now stay with me on this one, because this is genuinely wild. Back in 1999, Jay-Z allegedly stabbed a guy named Lance Rivera at a party for bootlegging his records. It is one of the most infamous stories in hip-hop history. Nas even brought it up on Ether. For years, Jay-Z denied it or stayed quiet on it. Lance Rivera later went on Vlad TV and tried to say Jay-Z did not actually do it. But in this freestyle, Jay-Z says, and I am paraphrasing, "I really get under the skin, ask how I am playing." He is claiming it. At 56 years old, on stage, in front of a crowd. No cap, Drake genuinely got this man out of his body. Then Jaguar Wright gets hit. The bar is about Questlove introducing him to Jaguar back in the day, and Jay-Z literally points back at Questlove on stage when he says it. Jaguar has been making allegations against Jay-Z and Roc Nation publicly for years, and he just acknowledged and dismissed her in one line. Then Oshino. This is the one most people missed. Former Roc Nation artist from Philly, has a well-known stutter, has been doing interviews talking about Jay-Z recently. Jay-Z calls him a nut, which is Philly slang, using the man's own regional language to insult him. That detail is cold. Then Nicki Minaj. Here is where it gets crazy. Jay-Z says, and I quote, "That lady back on the stuff, she sounds like she is in love with him. Her kid cannot even take their kid." He is accusing Nicki of being back on drugs, saying she is obsessed with whoever she is beefing with, and then taking a shot at her child and her husband's situation in the same breath. And remember, this is the same man who 1 month ago said bringing kids into beef was wrong. Then he gets to Drake directly. Wrong chart champ. My next update, I am up 10. You gotta look up again. He is telling Drake, you are comparing yourself to me on the music charts, but that is the wrong scoreboard. His net worth is reported around $2.5 billion. Drake's is around $400 million. That is literally a 10 times difference. He is not talking about streams or albums. He is talking about the Forbes list. Then the publishing bar. He tells Drake the label owns his contract in perpetuity. That means forever. And he tells him to go direct his energy at the white executives at UMG who actually own him, not at Jay-Z. If you have followed Drake's ongoing legal situation with Universal, you know that is an open wound, and Jay-Z just poured an entire bucket into it. The internet went absolutely sideways after this. Drake's subreddit was going back and forth between calling it weak because it was a cappella with no beat and admitting some of the bars actually landed. The "Jig is up" line being flipped back at Drake specifically got respect even from people who were not impressed overall.
This is not a joke. Jay-Z finally responded to Drake dissing him on Iceman. For those of you guys that don't know, Jay-Z just kicked off his brand new world tour with him already responding and dissing Drake at his first concert, with him saying a rapper can't be my op, the jig is up boy, I'm up 10, wrong chart champ, boys looked up to Hove, I never looked up to them. And now this looks to be a direct shot and response to Drake dissing Jay-Z on his album Iceman, specifically on the track Genesis STFU, when Drake ends up saying, we know how you OG's rocking already, my boy, the jig is up. And if you guys don't know, Jig is Jay-Z's nickname. And this wasn't the only time that Drake ended up dissing Jay-Z on Iceman, because on the track 2 Art for the Radio, Drake also then calls out Jay-Z for being named in the Epstein files, with him saying, damn, y'all was really island hopping back then, huh? Now y'all names got redacted. From the way things are now looking, Jay-Z is not taking any of Drake's shit, because during his first show, he is now already clapping back at Drake, and it is looking like we can possibly be seeing a massive rap war happen. Nonetheless, though, what is my entire situation? Jay-Z has just responded to Drake dissing him on Iceman. Who do you guys got in a rap beef? Let me know.
Academics called it disrespectful, but questioned who Jay-Z is actually mad at because the energy felt scattered. Aiden Ross went on stream and asked if Jay-Z's whole gimmick is just bragging about money. Some people pointed out that calling Drake a rapper is technically a compliment, because plenty of people have spent the last year trying to say he is not really one. The biggest talking point though was the hypocrisy. People were clipping his interview from a month ago side by side with the Nicki bar. The same man who said bringing kids into beef was wrong just took a shot at a child on stage. That clip spread faster than the freestyle itself. Now here is where the whole thing shifts, because while people were still dissecting the freestyle, Drake posted to his Instagram story. No caption, no words, just a photo of Solange Knowles in an elevator. If you know, you know. If you do not, in 2014, surveillance footage leaked of Solange physically attacking Jay-Z in an elevator following the Met Gala. The story was that she confronted him over cheating on Beyonce. The footage went globally viral and was never fully explained publicly by anyone involved. Drake posting that image is not a random throwback. That is a calculated move. He is not just clapping back at bars, he's going directly at Jay-Z's marriage, his most protected personal territory. The thing that Beyonce literally made an entire album about. He is telling Jay-Z, you came for my publishing deal, I am going for your household. Academics saw it immediately, posted that the Cold War is just starting. Iceman season has got them shook. And honestly, that might be the most accurate summary of where we are right now. So where does this actually land? Jay-Z came out, hit multiple targets, showed he is still sharp enough to rap, and made clear that Drake got under his skin regardless of what the rapper can't be my op line was trying to suggest. Some bars landed clean. The net worth angle, the publishing angle, the Questlove detail, those were precise. But Drake has not even opened his mouth yet. He posted one photo and already took the temperature of the whole situation up 10 degrees. If he drops an actual track in response to this with a real beat, real structure, and goes directly at Jay-Z's personal life the way that Solange post suggests he is willing to, this becomes something different entirely. Jay-Z said the show has not even begun. Drake just reminded him he knows where the bodies are buried too. This is not beef anymore. This is war.